Well, hi everybody. How's it going? Hello, Shogundi. Hi, Shogundi. Long time no see. I was just thinking about you the other day. How have you been? Boulder, hello. Thank you for subscribing for 47 months on a 47-month unbroken streak of perfection. Bienvenue, Power Bottoms. Delta says, I'm not used to the title being above the stream. It's weird and I don't like it. Oh, that is weird. It's really throwing me for a loop, says Shogundi. Blade, thank you for 51 months of subscription. Area 51 months? We're gonna Naruto run into Area 51. Are we gonna go to my channel at the end of your stream and try to scale the walls? There are no walls. Just a truck with an infinite supply of ice cream and a dream. I'm irrationally upset about it. Stumbles, thank you for 54 months. Hey Baptonio, would you describe yourself more as a spine tingler or a rib tickler? I think a rib tickler. Yeah, maybe a McRib tickler. Butsukoi, thank you for 52 months of subscription. Hamha. Delta says, today has definitely been a day for me, but in a good way this time. Yeah! Delta got a friggin' job! Delta got all jobbed up. Also, I just realized the chat is covering poor Espion's face. I'm just gonna go ahead and put you guys over here, and then I'm gonna move my little dancing vap over here. There we go. Now everyone can see what's what. Default dance VAP is always incredible, says Kiwi. It's the best. Most of us missed VAP, I think based on the mass subs. Oh, I missed you guys too! I'm so sorry I wasn't here. I was a sick little critter. It was sad. Very good, OMG, says Shogundi. Yay! Did you see the meme I sent you on Discord? As I said, on the Discord I'm a job-pilled employment cell. Which meme? I don't remember. Put dancing VAP over Espeon. Yeah, right there. There we go. Perfect. I'm so happy about your job hunt coming to an end, Delta. That must be such an enormous, ridiculous relief. That was a long time. Just in time to pay 9 cents for a ringtone. Oh, I did do that. It's embarrassing. I absolutely did pay more than 99 cents. I paid 99 cents several times for ringtones when I was in 6th grade. And they were like bad rap ringtones too. Not even like good rap, just like really mid to low grade rap ringtones. Because I thought that was like what was cool with the other kids in my school that I wanted to impress. Oh, start date is January. Oh, that's gonna be here so soon though. That's like less than 3 weeks away. The Crazy Frog song, the Gummy Bear song. I wish I had that kind of taste. No. Also, we are 22% of the way through a level 2 hype train. Thank you very much, everybody. Fully over the thing I told you about appending your server, by the way. Good. What do you do when you mix country and rap together? You get crap. I wish I had country ringtones. That would have been better than what I was listening to. Okay, so I've been working on this little, I want to say triptych, but it's not a triptych. It's a duoptych. It's not a word, of Umbreon and Espeon, and I thought I was going to finish it last week, but I got sick as a little dog. It was really sad. Honestly, I'm not surprised I got sick though, because if I think about what I did on Thanksgiving week, first I ran that 5K race with like hundreds of strangers. It was open air, but like, you know, it's still hundreds of strangers in public for a while. And then I had Thanksgiving that afternoon, which was like 30 people, including like children. And my dad and stepmom had flown in from an international flight that day, bringing all the airplane germs. And then I had 2 birthday parties, one of which was at a Dave & Buster's, which is a germy environment. And then the second of which was for my 3-year-old niece. So it was a house just full of 3-year-olds. So I think it actually would have been more surprising if I didn't get sick after all that. And like, I was washing my hands and stuff, but there's only so much you can do. Thank you. Perfect. I forgot paper towels, so Clay just brought me some in case I make errors. This is the kind of like painting where I'm painting in a really loose, relaxed style, so the paper towels are very helpful. So now that I've done the clouds, I can see that Espeon is a little bit, maybe paler than I want her to be. So I'm going into some of the parts of her body that are colorful, like the ears and the eyes, and giving them a bit more depth. Because the clouds that are underneath her and underneath Umbreon are going to be maybe a little bit darker, so. Ooh, is weren't aware food poisoning is not fun. Did you just say dripdick? I was trying to say, you know there's triptychs? It's like 3 images together. I was trying to say duopatic. Instructions unclear. I gave you ringtones that are just voicing the names of countries. Dual dick. I wish I had a phone when Bible ringtones was a thing, says Stumbles. Boulder, she said triptych. I think that's how it's spelled. Surprised you're not dead after all that, says Boulder. In other news, I started playing Dark Souls recently. Ooh, which one? Choo choo. Been dying a lot. Also got Balatro on mobile and playing a ton of that. Oh, Balatro is very, how would you put it? It's hard to play anything less than a lot of Balatro. Toby, thank you for 51 months of subscription. 51! Wow, you're ready for your post-midlife crisis. Damn hot, everybody. Choo choo. That is called... I like that this is called Chill Girl. Wow, she is chilling. The original, the remaster of the original. New gender, Chill Girl. Toby, raid Area 51 with me. I feel like Toby probably is really good at Naruto running. I don't know why that feels right to me. Is that true, Toby? Like, if I had to name, like, 3 friends who are good Naruto runners, you would be high on the list, and I don't know why. I just feel like you could get, like, some really good momentum going. Like, I have a lot of friends who could make a convincing Naruto run, but they couldn't actually go fast while doing it, but I feel like you could get some good speed. Am I wrong? It just feels right somehow. Okay, so I've got my refs open here. I want to make so the idea with this scene, my vision, my artistic vision, my muse came to me, she spoke to me and she said, make a picture. Well, she says that all the time, but what she said specifically this time was, it should be a scene that is like transitioning. On this side is like dusk and night, and then it swings over on this side to being like dawn. So I want the clouds by Umbreon to have a darker tone to them. I'm going to make them more purpley than black, but I don't want them to be like so visually interesting that it takes away from Umbreon, because Umbreon should be the star of the scene. And Umbreon is kind of purpley the way I painted it, so a pale purple is what I'll do here. So I've mixed up some of the paint, and now I'm just going to start going in. I'm using my really big, thick brush here, and I'm gonna kind of layer it on in this textured way, the same way I did for that Latias and Latios painting. I think that was a cool look. Letting the paint kind of go where it wants to go. I'm getting close to being at the end of this paint pad. I've used a lot of it up. I've only got a couple more sheets. So I'm gonna do this, and then I think the next thing on my list is a Flygon, and then I think I have one more after that. I want to do a Lucario painting, and then I will have to order more paper. As I'm sure I've told you guys before, this paper is very expensive, so I try to like get it on sale if I can, but I often can't. So that's why I use up so much of each individual page if possible. I don't like wasting any of the little paper straps. So yeah, anyway, zigzaggy topics here. The sickness. I wasn't super sick, thankfully. I never ran a fever. It was just a really gnarly cold, and like my voice went out, and I was very low energy. I took COVID test, wasn't COVID, thankfully, but yeah, I wasn't doing great. And so I just watched a lot of movies because I couldn't think of like anything else to do. I watched Encanto. I watched The Three Caballeros, which is a childhood favorite of mine. I love that movie so much. It's so ridiculous. I watched The Black Cauldron, that animated movie that almost bankrupted Walt Disney Animation Studios. What else did I watch? I'm sure I watched some other stuff. I played the entirety of the video game Ghost Trick, which I had heard was very good. It's by the guy who wrote and developed the Ace Attorney games, and it was really good. Great game. If you haven't played Ghost Trick and you like Ace Attorney games and you like that kind of game, I definitely recommend it. I thought it was going to be harder than it was, and there were some sections that were like pleasantly challenging, but it's not that hard. The writing is very like funny and heartfelt. There's a lot of fun plot twists. I loved Ghost Trick. Great game. Definitely pick it up if you haven't. It's on the Switch. It might still be on sale. It was on sale briefly when I grabbed it. Let me catch up on the chat here. Let's see. Probably because he's the main character. Exactly. I've never tried, says Toby. Naruto running? You mean Toby running? Narutobi running? Toby's about to hit us with that Rasengan. Maybe it's my secret skill I've never discovered because I've never tried it. Pretty. It's already pretty and it's gonna be extra pretty like that, says Toby. Why, thank you. The first phone I got was a prepaid minute slide phone that couldn't connect to the internet. It had a massive dead pixel black hole in the middle of the screen. I had no idea if my text was spelled correctly. Oh, that's tragic. First phone being a slide phone is very interesting. My first phone was the classic Nokia brick, and I only had it because my parents split, and they wanted to make sure that I had a phone so that, like, you know, if I needed to get called like after school to pick up or something like that, it was like a safety thing, like an emergency phone just in case there was some issue with scheduling. But I like never used it because I was like 6. So I remember like having it, and I remember playing Snake on it. And then I just I would lose it periodically because, again, I never used it, so. I remember losing it once and then just finding it just like in a drawer and being in trouble and being like, oh man, I've got this burden. Just punching up the colors a little bit here on the edge. That looks nice. Toby says, mine was a flip phone, my second was a slide phone with a full QWERTY keyboard. Loved that thing. Oh, I do miss that era of phones. It's a good thing to do while sick. My sister got sick with something last month, not COVID, but she coughed her voice out and hasn't recovered yet. Ugh, awful. I hate coughs. Coughs are such an irritating type of way to be sick. My first phone was a Nokia, says Kiwi. The Black Cauldron, eh? How was that? I actually really enjoyed it. It was, so I've heard a lot of bad things about it because it's a weird movie and it cost them a lot of money to make, like a lot of money to make at the time especially, and it didn't do well. So I went in with expecting that it would be awful. And the first half of the movie is really quite good. And like you get through the first half and you're like, okay, this arc is going really well. This movie is gonna wrap up in the next 20 minutes. And it doesn't. At the halfway mark, the movie is like just getting started, and that's when the pacing starts to get like stupid. It's way too long of a movie, and apparently they cut a lot of stuff too to try and make it tighter, but it's just a long film with a lot of unnecessary side plot stuff that goes on. And like it's a very dark film, which is cool. The backgrounds are very intricate and detailed, the plot is really grim. But then there's this bizarre interlude with like a bunch of like fairies that are like, they drew them and they animated them like Keebler elves, but like even more cutesy and over the top. And it's so out of place. They're like rainbow technicolor fairies that look like little babies, and they're like doing slapstick comedy, and you're like, oh my god, guys, the Demon King is going to kill everyone with his corpse army, and the little fairies are like, oh no, we're gonna get in trouble. It's crazy. Tonally, it's like whiplash. So there were some parts of the movie I liked a lot, and other parts where I genuinely can't fathom what they were thinking. Very interesting watch. Delta says, you should move the alert box since you moved the chat box. Now they're in the same place. Oh, my bad, my bad. Where is the alert box in my little list here? Alert box is... There you are. I'm gonna put that over here. Okay, the alert box is now moved. Thank you. Stumble says, the battery cover fell off that phone. It wouldn't work without a piece of duct tape on it. I still haven't played Ghost Trick. I started a while ago but got distracted. Hello, Riley. How are you? Delta says, played and beat Children of the Sun recently. I have not played that. There's a dog though, says Kiwi. All I remember is having extreme nausea at a party, got removed from the party for obvious reasons, health and safety, rushed to the first aid center of the con, and then started shivering. Oh, that's awful. Was the first aid center able to help you at least? Missile is the best boy, says Bootsy Boy. Agreed. Fireball, thank you for subscribing for 27 months. Is that Fab Default dancing in the corner? Yeah, it is. Good to see you, Fireball. How have you been? Blade says, didn't eat and slept like 13 hours the next day. Curse you, damn poutine fries I ate. Curse you. Were they at least good? Was it worth it? Stumble says, speaking of Switch games, the Nickelodeon fighting and racing games are on sale for $5, so I got all of them. Wow, that's a good deal. Boulder says, I don't remember what my first phone was. It might have been a Sanya Innuendo. What a name. That's an insane name for a phone. Well, Blade, that's rough. Nokia Snake from Poutine. Good old Snake on phone. First one was a hand-me-down, my brother's very old Samsung Galaxy. I only used it for calls, nothing else. Hi, Hap. As a result, I don't wish to experience Poutine ever again. Then I got an iPhone 4S. Wow, your first phone was a Samsung Galaxy. That's a pretty intense first phone. Mecca, thank you for subscribing for 53 months. Munches and crunches. God. What's the name? Gurgi? Gurgi and his munches and crunches. I'm also very torn on Gurgi in the Black Cauldron. I can't decide whether I hate that dude or whether he's like an artistic vision. And the weirdest part about Gurgi is that he reads like a Gollum ripoff, like from the movies. But Gollum came after Gurgi, so really Gollum is a Gurgi ripoff. It's fucked up. Toby says, speaking of that era of tech, I got an old voice recorder recently to use as an MP3 player. Oh wow. Works reasonably well, has actual physical buttons, and takes a AAA battery. A fresh of breath air? Was I gonna say a fresh of breath air? A breath of fresh air. Everyone loves Gurgi. I put all the Gideon the Ninth audiobooks on it, and it has 1.5 gigs of space left. Hell yeah. Riley says, I've experienced Android and iOS, but I have Galaxy S23 now. It doesn't matter which phone you're using, it does the same thing. Yeah, they're all about on the same wavelength now. What I'm hearing is I need to watch The Black Cauldron. I actually think you would really like it, Toby. I would say it was a good movie for sure. It's just a weird movie. The pacing is all messed up, but it's deeply enjoyable. Riley says, anyways, yes, hello, good to see you. I can tell you need to catch up, so I'll let you do so. Yeah, sorry, I have so many messages to catch up on. It's because I was sick for a week, so we all have a lot of stuff to talk about. Oh my god, Daisy, she's such a beast. Look at her go. They were not worth it, says Blade. Let's see, $14 for mid-tier flavor and major tier food poisoning. Those bastards. Fireball says, I'm good, just played web fishing with my friends for the first time, had a blast. Oh, that's awesome. I want to play web fishing, and I have web fishing, and I have no excuse for not having played web fishing, but I still haven't. This one's particularly important. Gurgum, Gollum voice. Always a pleasure, Catherine. That's not a Gollum voice, sorry, that's like Yoda. The blessing of being sick is somehow I didn't get any nastiest in my fursuit. In fact, it's clean already with barely any effort. Oh, that's perfect. There you go. The fresh prince of breath air. Watched The Black Cauldron once as a child, didn't much like it then, because I suppose I never watched it or thought about it since. It's too dark for kids, but it's too childish for adults. That would be my, if I was what's the word? If I was a reviewer that had to do serious critiques, I think that would be my critique of The Black Cauldron. Tonally bizarre. But it's just right to watch as a weird 30-year-old, so it's right in my alley. And Toby might be a weird 30-year-old. I always forget how old Toby is, but Toby has the feeling of a weird 30-year-old. So yeah, I feel like it's the right kind of movie for you, Tobster. Okay, I'm gonna increase the shadows a little bit on Espeon, just to make it clear where exactly she is in relationship to all these clouds. I wish I could remember how old Toby is, but I can't. It's not possible. It's one of my failings as a woman. I really got myself with that one. Oh man. This is what happens when you have to take cold medicine for way too long. Your brain just gets cooked. Okay, the shadows are looking a little better. I tried to stop taking the cold meds today, but then I went on a little walk and I started sniffling really badly, so I took half of a cold med. I'm hoping tomorrow I can stop taking it finally. The good news is that even though I probably did get sick from the children's birthday party, like that's what I suspect I got sick from, even though there's many factors that could have done it. I was able to make the cake that my baby niece requested. She requested a Princess Ariel, or I guess Little Mermaid cake is a better way to put it, and she wanted it to be a specific color and have specific details, and I was able to get it done, and Ariel only looks a little bit dopey. It definitely could have came out worse. I'll show you guys a picture. For some reason, I really thought I could just like freehand a drawing of Ariel on a cake, and it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Okay, so you can see in this picture, the side of the cake is like a transition. It goes from blue up into like yellow sand, and it has little pearls on it. And then here's the actual Ariel face that I painted with buttercream. So like, it's a little dopey, but it's not bad, considering I drew that with like a butter knife. And then I made these little candy fishes that go around the outer edge in white and orange. And it was great because, you know, when you make cakes for adults, even if it's a pretty good cake, all adults have like diet restrictions and stuff. Either they're trying to eat healthy, or they're allergic, or they just don't like frosting or whatever. So like, if you make a cake for adults, that cake is not getting finished, period. Unless you're at like a huge party and people are starving. But I've learned, if you make a cake for a 3-year-old's birthday party, that cake is getting destroyed. That cake was gone in less than 10 minutes. The children were like lining up to eat this cake. They don't care what it tastes like. They're just like, I want the cake. Give me the cake right now. That's what I'm here for. So that was great. If you're ever feeling like your skills as a baker are, I don't know, not appreciated, or you're not confident in your skills, just make a cake for a child. It'll boost you. It'll make you feel like incredible. I feel like I could do anything after that. The only issue is that every child wanted a piece with one of the candy fish on it, but there were only like 6 or 7 of them, so I did have to tell some children, I'm sorry, I can't give you a candy fish. There literally just aren't anymore. So if you put candy on the cake, make sure there's enough candy for every child on Earth. I'm giving you guys really inactionable advice. Okay, I'm gonna catch up here. I'm gonna have a sip of water too, because my throat is still a little messed up. Blade says, basically everything's good. My roommate's -1, and the first aid team are extremely helpful. Good! That's what they're there for. I'm glad they were helping you. She loves the bird feeder, but the birds are getting wise to her sitting under it. You're telling me it's possible Gurgi is based on the text description of Gollum, and that Peter Jackson's Gollum could be based on someone else's interpretation of Gollum? It's certainly possible. The similarities are shocking. Truly not a voice actor. Sounds like a good excuse to start playing. I think we should play web fishing together, Aberoni. I think I sent you another gift, the Amazing Art Tactics game. Yes, you did! I need to accept that. I would love to play web fishing with you. Thank you very much. Sounds like it's just right for me then, says Toby. Yes, I'm 29. Okay, 1 year younger. I can remember that. Remember to hydrate, says Echo. Hi, Echo. Thank you, I will. Almost dead from old age. Fab, what? Take a ton of Pokemon Unite. 4 hours. Yes, Hammer Girl. I'm still in a fever dream. I thought you were a woman. Speaking of being a weird 30-year-old almost, I got this in the mail today. I have some additional parts for the windows, but I don't have any glue, so I'm putting the parts that fit together just to test the fit. Ooh, that's cool. What are you going to use that for? It's so fancy. That is the fever dream. Just checked. According to this, the email, you have about 2 days to accept that one. Oh crap, let me do that right now. I'm sorry. I always forget that Steam doesn't like... that you have to accept stuff like immediately. Okay, wait, hang on. Notifications, new gift. Opening. I poisoned the water supply. Now you have to play this shit post game. Thank you so much. I have accepted it, and then I also accepted the gift that Mecca sent to me. Thank you so very much. Okay, now they will not time out. Thank you guys. You're so nice. Why are you so nice to me? The things they teach you in finishing school for proper young ladies. Poise, grace, Toby Tobertson's exact age. Good job on that cake. Thank you. Isn't it strange cold medicine doesn't raise your body heat? Honestly, Matt, that cake is pretty good. Looks nice. Not too bad, actually. Well, cute. Thank you, guys. I really struggled. It would lower it. Raising it would require warm medicine. For buttercream icing, that's high definition. I'd play her a recording medley of all the Pokemon theme songs. Why don't you make me a birthday cake like that? You get a big honk and chunk of cheese. Interesting. Ariel and Stardew vibes. If it's a cake for me, it'll get finished. True. Eat cake. Read that as leaf cake. I'm trying to make a leaf cake. Speaking of birthdays coming soon. I gotta think what to do with it. Depends on if I'm in college or not. Like living in a dorm. How old are you turning? Happy almost birthday. The golden candy fish of discord thrown by Eris the baker with to the fairest inscribed on its sugary scales. As someone who's arguably an adult, cake is too much sometimes. Birthday pie is where it's at. No, I understand. I definitely have been on the end of like, I can see someone worked really hard on this cake and I simply do not want to eat it. I'm just not in the mood for what cake is. That's understandable. It's like the sweater curse. Have you ever heard of that? It's in the like knitting community. There's like sort of a, I don't know what to call it. I guess a joke, but like also kind of a real phenomenon where if you gift your, the traditional version of it is if you gift your boyfriend a knitted sweater, you're going to break up. And so it's best to just not do that, I guess, is the conventional wisdom. I think the idea behind it is that people who knit or like make clothing by hand are the only people on earth who have any understanding of how much time and effort goes into it and like money. And people who don't have no idea. And most people don't really want a knitted sweater. So if you give your boyfriend a sweater that you knitted, you're setting yourself up for disappointment because he's probably not really going to want to wear it, or even if he does, there's no way to express enough appreciation for how much time and effort you put into it that would be like satisfied. It's like a lose-lose. No one can react in the right way to the situation, so it's better to just not do it. Why did I start talking about the sweater curse? I don't remember what the context was. Maybe cake? Cake is a little bit like that. You put a lot of effort into it, but you're setting yourself up for trouble because like no one's going to want to eat the entire cake. Let's see. I don't really like cakes as stumbles. If I did want a cake, I'd prefer if that cake looked like it went through a tornado pile of smashed cake. Well, that's very easy to arrange, Stumbles. Toby says, thank you. Been messing around with making 3D models to print of my comics characters. I went looking around for stuff that might fit as a set for them to be on. Oh, cool. Like for photos? Christmas. Time to watch those Christmas movies. What is y'all's favorite old Christmas movie? Because I like the Garfield Christmas. Riley says 23. 23. That's an interesting age. There's like so much going on when you're 23. Yeah, and like especially if you're trying to figure out doing a party and if you're going to be in the dorms. And yeah, that's complicated. Time for my yearly Muppet Christmas Carol rewatch. Going out for buying supplies, have fun. Alright, catch you later, Ico. It's a real thing. God, I won't give Blade a knitted sweater. Alternatively, knit your boyfriend a sweater if you want to dump them. I'll move the alert box up a touch since it's behind the border right now. Man, I just cannot get it in the right spot. There we go. Sweater takes so long to knit, so expensive to buy the yarn. I love a knitted sweater, Spitsukoi. Trying to find it, Toby. Hello, Laggy Doge. Thank you for following. Oh, and also thank you to Lethal Neutrino for following. Sorry, I just saw the notification. 23 is an interesting age, says Riley. At least I think it is. I feel like 23 is like, there's a very big range of places you can be in your life at 23. For some people, 23 means they are just starting to get their feet under them from being a teenager. Other people are like married with children at 23. Like it's just like, it's a weird age. People are at different points in their lives at 23 and still trying to get things figured out. By the time you're in like your late 20s, early 30s, it's a little bit more uncommon for there to be like a huge spread of different life stages. But yeah, 23, it's like if someone tells you they're 23, that can mean anything. Just an interesting age, I don't know. Does Elf count? Yeah, Elf's been out for a while. When did Elf come out? There goes Mr. Bastard. There goes Mr. Ratfuck, the worst asshole I've ever known. That's exactly how it is. I love that movie. How often would you wear a knit sweater? I guess it depends on how cold the area you live in is. Okay, when did Elf come out? Elf came out 21 years ago. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, Elf is an old movie. 21 years ago. Good lord. Photos, and it would be nice to keep them on. That makes sense. Oh, that was the wrong link? Well, it was still funny. Display, that's the word. Someone delete that. It's similar, but not that one. What did you link by accident? That makes perfect sense to me. I'm getting ready to start my life for real, if that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. It's a real jumping off point. I'm sorry, says Blade. I'm scared to click. It's political. Is it? Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh my god, I like skimmed it. I saw Gonzo. It is political. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. I don't even like know how to. It's whatever. It's fine. I'll leave it. It can be political. He is Mr. Ratfuck. I'm comfortable saying that. Okay. The Christmas Story. Yay or nay? Which one is that? I love your Victorian comics on Twitter, says Laggy Doge. Why, thank you so much. I'm glad. I've been posting some oldies but goodies lately. I've been digging through the VAP Comics archive and seeing what's what. It's so funny, like the some comics I feel like I look back on them and I'm like, oh, I thought this was funny at the time and I still think it's funny. And then some of them I look back on and I'm like, my god, what was I thinking? Why did I think this was a good joke? Sometimes I still post those just for the giggles, to see if anyone else thought it was funny. I kind of don't really know what's gonna hit. Okay, so I'm fixing up some of the edges on these clouds here, because some of them got a little bit, like, painted over. There we go. And now I'm going to go in and do a little bit more work on the clouds underneath Espeon. I'm probably going to fall behind in the chat for a little bit. Just be patient with me. I mean, you guys always are, but I'll catch up eventually. Okay, I need more blue paint. There we go. Like simple blue down here. Actually, I want that to be a bit lighter. I'm gonna mix some of my sky blue. There we go. That's a nicer shade. I'm gonna use this to adjust this wash a little bit. Very careful around the paws so I don't cover them up by accident. This is kind of a minor adjustment, but it feels important. And then I'm going to do a little more purple up on this side. Up and around each of these little whiskers. Purple, I want the edge of this purple to like very cleanly melt into the sort of orangey pink color. So I'm going to leave it wet and then let it mix on its own. No human interference, organic mixing, fresh from the farm, the paint farm. Yeah, this is starting to look better, more like what I had in mind originally. Sometimes it's hard to tell with that first wash of watercolor if it's going to be like the correct depth, because it looks so different when it's wet versus when it's dry. Not to say that I think it looked bad, but it needed a little more zhuzh. Same as before, just gonna let this kind of mix organically down here. None of my business what this paint gets up to. Yeah, that's much better. Hell yeah. Okay. And now I'm gonna revisit Umbreon's side here by mixing a little bit of this orangey color back up, but putting more pink in it this time. because these are supposed to be essentially two halves of the same picture. There we are. And then some nice purple to help it evenly kind of transition over. And then blue. It's so funny. I feel like with watercolor, when you're learning how to do watercolor, you spend years learning how to control it. And then once you know how to control it, all you want to do is let it do its own thing. I'm sure there's some kind of philosophical lesson in that. Sometimes the paint just knows what it's doing. This very deep blue for the corner area. Mix in a little bit of red to make it purpley. Yeah, it's kick-ass. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'll let those layers just sit and dry while I catch up on the Chatterino. Meow, 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 meow. Let's see. Elf did not come out that long ago, says Boulder. It did. It came out in 2003. He was the little brother who gets stuck in the snowsuit. It's the same cousin from Willy Wonka Murder Chronicles, the WWMC. I like Santa's sleigh, Elf, Grandma got run over by a reindeer, and all of the other reindeer. Oh yeah, I forgot about all of the other reindeer. I loved that movie. It was. This is to be about Scrooge coming around the corner and Gonzo and the townfolk were calling him a rat fuck. Yeah, I like skimmed the post and I just assumed that was the post you had linked. It's been in so many strange stage plays. Christmas Story's on with the leg lamp and You'll Never Shoot Your Eye Out Kid. Or You'll Shoot Your Eye Out Kid. I actually have not seen that one. Every single other Christmas movie ever released. I got a commission here for Ellie and Fab. It'll be awesome. That sounds great. There is the right post. Scrooge goes outside. 500 Muppets. There goes Mr. Asshole. There goes Mr. Bitch. Fireballs, it's always a pleasure seeing your comics again. Why, thank you, Fireball. I want to yo, make me a yo-yo man, but he just kept yoing. That's like one of my favorites ever. That comic made me love Floragato as a Pokemon. The Be Me, Riley Rahada be in the courtroom, suddenly Pap walks in. I like this one because it fits the rhyme scheme. Christmas Story's grown on me, but I'm still pretty neutral to it. People have strong feelings about it, either really liking or hating it. I bet a bunch of your dumb bad jokes with those comics were my idea. No, your ideas are good, actually. Gimmigle's going to age like fine cheese left in the summer heat. Well, you know, sometimes things just age weirdly. I don't think Gimmiggle will, though. I think he's gonna be like a foxy grandpa when he gets old. I grew up watching it every year. I cooled on it as an adult because it's like, this is really about the tradition of it. The actual movie is just kind of what it is. The least funny Bab comic is still kind of funny. That's the one where she asks about Zubat's little antenna thingies. Oh, the like, what's your purpose one? There's not a punchline, but it's alright. It still begs the question. How about this one? Are the Nightmares Before Christmas and Die Hard Christmas movies? Yes, I think they are. Riley and Vap would be an interesting team in the courtroom, you know? That's one way to put it. That's a very nice way to put it. Interesting. Die Hard, yes. Nightmare Before Christmas, arguable. Arugula. A little more chutzpah even. So I want to get a bit more concept art. I have a painting idea. Maybe try it myself, maybe? I like painting, but it's been so long since I did so. You should do it. It sounds awesome. Photo evidence of my button-having MP3 player, repurposed voice recorder. I have one hanging up in my bedroom right now of Rock Hawk and Grubba. Oh, I love those two. Oh wow, that is a very old piece of tech. I didn't think it would look quite like that. That's awesome. It's watercolor. I'm quite proud of its displayed. Yo, that rules. The time capsule. Wow. Linkin Park, Black Eyed Peas. Yep. Yeah, this is how I know you're within my age by 1 year. Exciting. I hope you have fun. Hope so too, Toby. I need the grass starter concept art for my fake Mon region done, and I can start sketching and worrying about paint types then. Sorry for incoming image link spam, but I forgot I went on a window shopping spree looking at obsolete MP3 voice recorders. The haunted recorder. Olympus Model VN 7200 handheld digital voice recorder dictation ghost hunt. They just threw it in at the end. Completely normal description except for one line. Let's see. Used. Items been used previously. The item may have some signs of cosmetic wear. Handheld. Series VP. Electric voice phenomenon. I personally don't like A Christmas Story, says Boulder, because it was played on loop for hours and hours and hours on end of the Hallmark Channel when I was younger. Got sick of seeing it. Understandable. I'll spare you the rest with the final. The Barbie MP3 player. Oh my gosh, this kind of rules. I kind of love it. Blade says, on the topic of Florigato, we had one of each stage at MFF, at least 2 Meowscarada, one of which I knew, one Florigato, I knew them, and a Sprigatito. I think Hyper sent me the picture of the Florigato. I think I saw that one. Meme drawing of Gimmighoul as a foxy grandpa now. I've never watched Christmas Story. I love Florigato, to be honest. It's so cute. It's a lot more special inside of yours. Skits of Florigato. Absolutely not. Her idea, not mine. I think they're in production in the aughts. They look retro by these standards because they weren't the nifty new tech. The company still makes similar things that have similar aesthetics, function over form. Well, I have to respect it. Back in the days when there were 100 very real, totally true ghost hunting shows. I so remember being homesick from elementary school and like junior high and watching thank you for following the Sky Domain and watching just really cruddy, I don't know what channel it would have been on, maybe Discovery or TLC, just like true ghost stories, and it would just be like a person talking about something they claimed happened in their house and then like a very low budget reenactment of that thing happening. And they were so bad. I was like very easily scared and they weren't scary even to me. I wish I could remember what that show was even called. It was just like one of a million shows in that style. Looking it up would be really hard, honestly, because they all have like very similar names. And they'd always make like the craziest claims too. It was never like, something got knocked over in my room and I heard footsteps in the hall. It was always like, well, I came home from my job and the walls started bleeding and then the blood turned into plasma and my husband got thrown 10 blocks away by the ghost. And it's like, could you tone it down a little? I want to believe you. Nate and Florigato getting into trouble and misadventures is all kinds of fun. I love seeing clips of Florigato from the anime. Their most recent skit, where Florigato, the Meowscarada character, and Piccolo try to do a perfect dub-up. Oh, wow. Quick follow-up is an Umbreon enjoying the art. You do so well. Thank you, thank you. I love Umbreon so much. It's such a cute Pokemon. And I also really love Espeon. I can't believe I've never done like a serious illustration of these two before, because they're some of my favorites aesthetically. I'm really happy I'm getting to do this. Toby says, I like function over form stuff aesthetically. It's nice to look at a thing and know it wasn't designed to look fancy. Yeah, it definitely speaks to a certain, like, integrity in the designer. I liked a show called Paranormal Witness on Sci-Fi because it was like these shows, but with a budget. Got legit scary, too. Ooh, that sounds fun to check out. My grandson is a warlock, says Kiwi. The new models take a bit from iPod design, I think, but same general buttons, etc. Not more expensive because I have more storage. Yeah, this looks very practical. Very straightforward. This bad boy is 20 bucks and came with a preloaded corn album. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? That rules. Preloaded corn album. Wow. What a time to be alive. Okay, so let's get back to work. I'm just looking at my references here. Okay, so I know that in the Umbreon one, I wanted to put some stars in the sky. So I'm gonna start by just kind of placing a few and seeing how it feels, because it is supposed to be like the onset of dusk. I'm using my white ink pen. I'm gonna put them in like the darker areas, I think, of the canvas. Good song. Hang on, I gotta see what this is from. This is The Wind is Blowing at Cavie Cape from Inside. Oh, Inside Bowser. I got it. There we go. Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story. Okay, there we go. It just wasn't showing me the full name. It's a good song. No, and it's over now. Okay, well, goodbye. Nostalgic Nintendo DS playlist. Because for some reason that's just been on my mind lately. I think it's because I played Ghost Trick, because that was originally a DS game. It's so funny, I didn't know that, and I was playing it, and Clay was watching me play it, and he was like, wow, they really nailed that like old Nintendo DS aesthetic. And I was like, yeah, isn't it impressive? I don't know how they managed to imitate that style so well. And then we looked it up and we're like, oh, this is a Nintendo DS game. Oh man. Really galaxy brained that one. Reason that Umbreon is such a successful like design is because it's so straightforward. It's like very elegant in its simplicity. Like the moon is just a cool theme, and that's it. That's pretty much it. It's just like, what if this fox was themed after the moon, and that's it. They didn't try to tie anything else in, and it just works because it's cool. Everyone knows it's cool. Ask any human being. We all love the moon. Conceptually, aesthetically, we're just moon enjoyers. And that's a fact. Black and gold, great color combo. It's just a winning design. I like Espeon a lot too, but like I think it's not as popular just because like the aesthetic is a little bit more muddled. Umbreon is such a straightforward design, you can look at it and immediately understand it. Espeon is a little bit more out there. Nothing about its design makes you think of the sun or the dawn. You kind of have to have that context to see it. It definitely gives more of the alien, like, mind control type thing. Which is part of its concept, but... Okay, let me catch up on Dutch Hat here. There was an episode where some Pennsylvania conservative politician who wrote a book about it claimed that a house he moved into was owned by an evil doctor who performed illegal abortions in the basement and sacrificed the babies to Satan. Whoa. Looking at photos of the Apollo missions for similar reasons, super stripped down and utilitarian functional tech is neat. Bro, what on earth? This house had no previous record of being recorded by the previous tenants. It was the most made up crap I've ever seen. I wonder how much of that was mold induced. It must have been. They must be crazy. I think it was a fabricated story to push their political agenda. Yeah, that makes sense. Puts a dot down on the paper. Amazing, incredible, lovely, total work, no notes. That's how I feel when I do these little dots. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp Complete is out. Way more fun than it was as a freemium app. Oh, it's out? That's awesome. Speaking of that, I remember seeing a South Park skit where they do ghost hunting with a crew. It's funny. One more vintage MP3 player I need to share. Oh, the SpongeBob eyeball! That's so good! It's a show called Paranormal House Hunters. After the host interviews the homeowners about the spooky stuff, they bring in a contractor to inspect the house and disprove the spooky stuff. Yes, Jenny Nicholson has done a review of that show. It looks great. Hi, Hyper, good to see you. There used to be a genre, I guess, of horror that was actually religious conversion videos. They'd scare me more than ghost hunter shows when I was younger. The reason I bring up Pocket Camp Complete is I got insanely good luck today. Yes, I know paranormal home investigators well as Jenny Nicholson had. Assume Vap also knows. Yep. Sylveon, my beloved. Or lunar pilled for sure. Was it intended to convert people, or was it showing cult tactics and how scary they are? The mind boggles. Just a bunch of moon cells. I do enjoy Umbreon a lot, and the moon. I can't say I enjoy Poison Sweat. It makes sense most people ignore that. Yeah, exactly. That feature has just been sort of brushed under the rug. Except Robotnik, he peed on the moon. Lunar-pilled lunatics. They could have named it Coolbreon. Missed opportunity. Espeon's shiny is god-awful. Well, it's memorable. That's right, it was a Jenny Nicholson video, I forgot. They were definitely for converting people. One is about someone getting a letter from their friend who died and went to hell telling him how much they were suffering. That's crazy. At least it is a shiny. Glaceon and Leafeon barely have one to begin with. It was some chick track shit for real. Personally not a fan of shiny Dragonite's color. Puke green. It was like video chick tracks. Should have been a blue Dragonite. Flareon, thank you for subscribing for 42 months. Bree. I'm choosing to interpret that brie with a trill of the tongue. Brie. There we go. I got a crazy email today, by the way. I don't know what to do about it. I assume this is just straight up like a spam or like phishing email that doesn't actually like it's not possible. But I got an email from a person who I've never heard from before. I didn't recognize the account or anything. And they were saying that they could sell me the information of all the people who attended MFF. And I was like, what? And they emailed me like it was a follow-up to a conversation we had had. They were like, just following up to see if you're still interested in all the contact information of everyone who attended MFF. And I was like, no, I don't think you should have that. I don't think they do have that, though. I think it was straight up just like, they get your payment information and they steal your money and then they disappear. But yeah, very weird email. I'm thinking about writing into the MFF staff just to let them know that someone is claiming to have that information because, what the fuck? Yeah, at first I was like, did I, like, it sounded so convincingly like a follow-up email that I was like, did I try to get this info? And then I was like, why would I want that info? To what end? Very crazy. Yeah, I'll email the MFF people about it. Blade says it's been out since the 1st of this month. I got lucky on there with a fortune cookie. They're former flute boxes for clothing and furniture. Rolls 5 items, and 3 out of 5 rolls were the rarest item on that cookie. Whoa, that's awesome. Espeon is my first Scarlet and Violet shiny. I love my booger cat. Brian, you got a crazy email. Did you ignore them? Who dare you? I wish it was the who dare you person. What? Why is your VAP default dancing? Why is your VAP not default dancing? Think about that. I got a spam tech recently that was like, click here, your crypto wallet gets deleted forever. Wow. That's awesome. Say goodbye to all of your apes. Just doing a little bit of outlining here. Okay. can't believe I'm gonna do this, but I'm going in for another layer. Because I want a little more texture down here. There we go. That looks nice. Okay. What would you even do with that information, says Sky Domain? Nothing. I don't want it. Evolution Shinies either hit, miss, or what? Sketchy, because even if they don't have that info, they probably do have contact info if everyone applied to be a dealer at MFF. You know what? Good point, Kiwi. That actually is kind of sketchy. Blaggy says, I really wish Leafeon's shiny was autumn colored. God, me too. It would make so many people happy if they did that. I'm rewatching that South Park Ghost Hunter scene and it's so funny. Are you fucking serious? My reaction exactly. What's that wet stuff coming from my pants? I finally got my tiny vap! What is your tiny vap? Meanwhile, all I get in my spam are $20 million and more ads for wetsuit retailers that I would use if they were spamming me all the time and had enough money and desire to buy another one. Probably a scam targeting people who would want MFF attendee data to cold email people? That's crazy. Cold emailing is like not a good strategy. Another layer, the Mad Lad. Brilliant, all my apes gone. We're gambling with this music, boys. The Luigi's Casino music. What? I like the neuron activation for the music. Fab, can I message some of the admins right now on Telegram if you want? Yeah, let's wait till after the stream and then I'll get the contents of the email and send it forward to them so they actually have the information. I don't want it to be like paraphrased. I don't want to make them panic for no reason. As you would say, Ape Escape. Luigi mentioned, we're assassin pilled now. When a staff group since I volunteered before I got sick. A sketchy person might want all the contact info to do phishing of their own or attempt identity theft en masse. For those who don't know what Ape Escape is there a subscriber badge past the tiny vap? Oh, the pet. Yes. No, I don't think there is one right now. I need to add more. That's fine, Sisblade. Thank you. What's this about a telegram? The MFF telegram. I don't have a telegram. This is genius. Actually, I did make a Telegram account, but it was like for the purpose of staying in touch with the AWU convention people, so I like never check it. I really need to like go see if I have any messages on there. I can only keep track of like one chat client at a time. This is my curse. I love this song. It never gets old. stay and watch, but I also want a nap. The conundrum. The P3 is after the diploma, right? I'm not sure. Katie, did you see something about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon video? I don't know. If I was on the beach during dusk, I'd definitely play this. It's just a pet, not a P3. Unless Vap is already a pet, in which case, are we pets? The Ape Escape has some banger music. The song really fits this art. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's a funny coincidence. Are you all excited for the Game Awards tomorrow? Anything you want to see announced? Oh, is that tomorrow? Dang. Yeah, I'm wondering how that's gonna go. This was not a huge year for games. Hello, Tiny Bean. Oh, Addictive Alexis is rating with a party of 9. Hello, party of 9. Welcome to the chat. That Pikachu emote is so cute. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for rating me. What were you streaming tonight, Addictive Alexis? But yeah, for the Game Awards, it wasn't a super busy year for games. There definitely were some good games that came out, but it felt a little slow. So I'm sort of curious what's going to win. Like, I know that the Elden Ring DLC is one of the things that got nominated, which is kind of interesting because it is really good, but it's also a DLC, which shows that the pickings are a little slim. Addictive Alexis says, hello, I love the painting. Why, thank you so much. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for the raid. I'm getting near the end of this painting, but there's still a bit to go. And I'm reading the chat so much, I'm not getting that much done. It's my curse. My burden to bear. But you know what? If I wasn't streaming, I probably wouldn't be working on the painting, so this is faster than otherwise. Slower than top speed, faster than not painting at all. That's my motto. Whoops, I think my music just timed out. Let me get that opened back up again. There we go. I was just doing some digital arts as Addictive Alexis. Awesome. What program do you use? Oh, I gotta put on the Ape Escape music. Hang on. Hold the phone, Animal Crossing. It's time to Ape Escape. Here we go. Let's see. Did anyone else hear Mario saying bye-bye? Yeah, Q, I think the playlist ended. The only thing I could think of is more Hades 2 news. The early access is out right now. Might show off more things for the full game. Oh, that would be cool. Arilis or Arilis says, OMG, I love the Pidgey on the beach. The Glizzy Gulper. Yay. Thank you. Slow and steady wins the Chetty. Hello, Svelte. How are you? Addicted says, I'm doing good. How are you? Doing swell. I am recovering from a cold, and I feel very happy to not have a cold anymore. Mind if I request a song? You don't have to. I can do video game music, but I can't do anything else because I will get copyright struck. So if it's like, you know, off of an album or something, I can't do that. And pretty soon, Nintendo might be making it hard to do video game music too, so we'll see. Procreate on the iPad. I've heard that's really good. I've heard people like swear by that. It seems very ergonomic. The latest game I've played is at least 3 years old, so I have no stake in the Game Awards, but I still like watching. EVs. Gotcha, says Riley. Yeah, Twitch is really strict about like copyrighted music, essentially. The reason I can play video game music is obviously because people play video games on Twitch, so they can't copy strike you for playing video game music, or else no one would be able to play games. Even then, some games will actually still copy strike you for playing their music, so that's cool. But for the most part, I've been able to get away with it, so that's good. Remember when I first started streaming, I was so scared of getting in trouble that I used to play like royalty-free jazz on loop because I didn't know how strict the rules were. So we listened to that like same jazz song just like over and over. And when I started streaming, it was during COVID, so I was streaming like 9 hours a week, I want to say. The real old heads in here will remember that stupid jazz song. Thank you for following, Arilis. The latest game I've played is at least 3 years old, so I have no stake. I already read that, my bad. Hold on, if you will. Do YTPMVs/MADs count? There's this one thing I want to share. It's very Japanese. I'm not sure if it counts. I don't know anything about it, honestly. I requested a zoo rendition of Darude's Sandstorm. I don't know where that came from, says Toby. Simply just make a cover of all songs where you add one note at the end. Procreate is goated for real. You don't have to play this, it's up to you. It's an experience. Ronald McDonald Insanity 50th anniversary. Okay, I'm intrigued. It is really good. You got me there, Riley. It is really good. It's very frantic. People play video games on Twitch? Whoa, says Kiwi. I know folks use Procreate on the iPad. I'm a clip studio and the Surface Boy, though. Definitely more of a comic maker than a painter. I play video game music in a sense. Antonio, you should make a playlist of you doing acapella covers. OMG, I have that on my phone, roughly. I use Procreate when I have to deliver a quick sketch for clients before I move to paper. It's really good. Nintendo makes it impossible to use their music. You know, there's more video game soundtrack you can always play. For the jazz tracks, the one song of the woman singing to you skip. Yes, you know, Mecca, you know. How to Full Boyfriend's royalty-free tunes. For the one scene of the royalty-free Christmas song. Yes. Riley, thank you for cheering 200 bits. Run, run, run. I'll never forget Little Star of Birdland. Eat Big Mac. That's like hardcore Doug Dimmadome music. Oh my god, y'all. I'm falling apart over here. Okay. Let's paint. What if we did some art? That would be crazy. Where's my references? Oh my god, I've lost my references. There they are. Okay. I'm painting, and no one can stop me. So don't even act. He's such a funny to get hobbies for. Oh, you know what? Actually, before I do these stars and clouds, I want each of these two, even though they're kind of like floating in space, I want them to be... Oh my god, I have to change this song. This is distracting me. Sorry, Ronald. Okay, I want them to each be like stepping into like puddles of cloud, if you will. A cluddle, perhaps, we might call it. I want it to feel like they're coming through this like almost mystical space and like leaving ripples as they like run through the clouds. That's my vision here. By the way, did you guys get your what is it called? Your Twitch recaps or whatever they call it? Year in review? I don't remember what they call it. I got mine and I was very tickled to see that the most used emote by a lot in my Twitch recap of the channel is the Truly a Gunk emote by Mecha Ninja. We are true gunkers. We're gunk heads. We are ride or die for Gunk the Volbeat. It really made me laugh. I was like, how can Gunk be our top choice? And the runner-up is the Truly a Scream emote, which is also pretty funny, because Clay made that like years ago, and it's like really badly cut out. If you like look closely at it, it's got like white JPEG artifacts around it. It's so funny to me. Okay, there's some puddling, and then I'll do Espeon in just a minute. The funniest part is Riley's right, it's from Toho. What if we did some fart real? I've requested the restraint for Iwa Donarudo. No worries, it's a crazy experience. I've never played Toho, but I know some of the songs from the cultural zeitgeist. What if instead of music we listen to an audiobook? Ruin this just talking stream with art? How dare you? We can tell you're sitting in a hot tub. This is your contractual obligation. Yo, I would do anything if I could be in a hot tub while painting. No like camera on me, just for my comfort. I want to be sitting in a hot tub. That would be so awesome. And I'm doing watercolor, so like if I drip on the page, it's not a big deal. Yo. I gotta work out like some kind of a product promotion deal with hot tub companies. It could be like watercolor paint while you paint your body with the soothing waves of the sauna. This is a good idea. I'm telling you. Oh, I got an interesting offer to review a graphics tablet for a company. I looked into it and they seem to do this quite a bit. This is like part of their marketing strategy. where they send you their tablet and you have to try it out, make a piece with it, take like a video of you using it, and then post your review, and then you just get to keep the tablet. So I'm thinking about doing that because it would be nice to have another tablet. Maybe I'll give my old one away to someone who needs one as a present. Or I could give them the new one. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, that was by far one of the best promotional offers I've ever received. Usually they're just like, hey, do 1,000 hours of content for us, and then you get a deal in our store. And it's like, oh my god, this is not a deal, you guys. Either give me free product or pay me. I don't want a discount code. There we go. Okay, that looks cool. Let's see. There's too many recaps. I forgot to open mine. I gotta find that. Yes, gunk, gunk, gunk. Truly a gunk. I got my urine review. I didn't look at it. I'm afraid of what I might see. Too. Thank you for redeeming Hydrate. My throat is actually getting kind of dry from being sick. Cheers. I've got my beautiful Awoo water bottle, my Awooter bottle. Keeps my drink so cold. Spotify wrapped us so wretched this year. It said I had a Goblin Core Folky Stomp and Holler phase. I should legally get to hurt someone for that. That's terrible, Toby. That's really bad. Let me pull up my recap. The little name they gave me was pretty accurate. They assigned me the name, the Clippable Rating Fine Artist of the Year, because I had a lot of clips, I sent a lot of raids, and art is my pretty much only stream category this year. I thought that was fitting. They said my top categories were art. I'm in the top 10% of art streamers. Emerald version, Wonder Song, and Homebody. Top channel emote, truly a gunk. You guys did 44 clips. You guys sent 50,000 chats this year, which is insane, considering it was only 96 streams. Let's see. And then my top, where is it? Biggest fans of the year. We've got Drysu Mew, Kiwi Duke, Togemus, The Original Stumbles, Delta, Boulder Dash, Mecha Ninja, Blade Vap, and Lonely Tuatara. Congratulations, you've been assigned my biggest fans. You must love me. Mecha says, I still love how much delusional we were about overhyping Gunk, that when you sent him out against the Elite Floor, the chat was Gunk, 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 and then he got immediately bodied. That was the best ever. That was some of my favorite memories on this stream, was trying to make Gunk the Volbeat work. I'm sorry, Vat, but I told you don't have enough iron in your diet, or fear. That's scary. Fab hot tub stream. She's wearing the Meryl costume and there's no water in the tub. Sog dog, feel free to view the rest of the video later. I will. Thanks, Riley, for the nightmare gift. You move too fast and you fuck up the whole wash with body soup. Then I could just sell it for more. Forgot about this song. Mine's the 10th anniversary song. You're welcome. This is 15th. I'm assuming the company is Hwaeon? It's Artisol. Artisol? Artisol. A lot of their tablets get reviewed. You should do that hot tub stream that's just pond scum floating in a kiddie pool for 2 hours. Is it the one that has the screen that isn't backlit? Those look so cool. Katie, you have to ask for a free tablet and payment. Legit, start with 1K and let them haggle it down. Nice Portal aesthetic. PP and 2. Funny thing, I'm drinking that bottle right now as well. Wow! Same bottle. I need that Portal bottle, right? The monstrosity will feed on some fries. I don't even know 50k words. Just checked my recap, and apparently my most used emote in this channel is Hop Up. Well, I love you anyways. Very fun streams. Yay! Such a big fan. I live in her air vents and ensure she always has adequate airflow. 50,000 messages over 96 streams is only around 521 messages a stream, so it doesn't sound that far-fetched. I don't know, it sounds like a lot. 521 messages. I don't care if I'm a fan or not. I like sticking around with y'all. It's fun, honestly. It's the best. I love it. I missed you guys last week. I felt like I didn't talk to anyone all week. Body soup. I spent over 8k coins and only earned 3k. I made some bad gambles this year. I thought I heard body soup. Folks, do not the body soup. That's called sweat. How long have you been working on this paintings is addictive, Alexis? I started it I believe Thanksgiving week, and then I got sick for a week, so I had to put it on hold. So this is, I think, my third sit-down session, and I usually work a couple hours per session, so not that long. Yeah, not that long. It is sort of big because there's two sides to it, so it takes a while, but it's not that detailed because it just has the two subjects, so I'm hoping to knock this out in like one more sitting, or maybe tonight, honestly, if I actually buckle down and get some work done. How long do you usually spend on a piece, Addictive Alexis? That's a question I get a lot when I'm at conventions, and I never really know how to answer it. It's like probably in like the top 5 questions I get when I go to in-person conventions. And I usually just tell them that like it varies a lot. Like that Claude Zayre's Tavern painting that I did took a very long time because it had so many different Pokemon in it. But then you guys know I did the Latios and Latias painting in like one evening. So it just like really varies. I wonder what's the longest I've ever spent on a painting. I don't even like really keep track of that kind of thing. I have no idea. The Rayquaza took quite a long time. That one would definitely be up there. Rayquaza took a long time. Claude Zayre's Tavern took an awful long time. That like big Galar scene that I did back when Sword and Shield hadn't come out yet, that one took a really long time because it just had so many mons in it. And it was a really big piece of paper too. I spent a very long time, I did that like hand-drawn ink map for that PMD project that I was thinking about doing that I ended up canceling. That took a really long time. But again, it was like a very big piece of paper, so... I've had some oil paintings I've done in the past that took a long time, but that partly has to do with just how long it takes for oil paint to dry, so... I will Badu soup. I'm also drawing as well, says Hyper. What are you drawing, Hyper? Not that detailed, one of the most beautiful art you've ever seen. Thank you! Clip Studio is a thing to check how long you worked on a piece, which is cool, but also a little bit like, oh man, I thought it was faster than that because I break things up over time. My most used emote was Dratini. Truly a Garfield. According to my recap, I sent 1,600 messages and have been titled Patron of the Arts of the Year. Whoa! That's a cool title. What the hell? That's based. Patron of the Arts. That makes you sound like, you're from a different era. A nobler era. I'd like to be a patron of the arts. If I ever somehow make it big at Dave & Buster's and win 1,000 Dave & Buster's bucks, I want to become a patron of the arts. Flair, how are you? Oh, really beautiful painting. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. Kiwi says I've sent 5,500 messages. 4,600 of them are here. Oh my god, that's awesome. Damn. You have a lot of good things to say. It's funny, Kiwi, I was going over, trying to put together like some ad copy for the book, and I had some quotes from people who play tested it, including yours, and there were a bunch of different quotes in there, and like the marketing guy looked at it and he pointed to like your 2 quotes, and they were both from you, and he was like, these are the ones. I was like, oh my god, yeah, I guess so. Vap, someone wanted to buy your Vap keychains. I posted my new keys for my project card, but your store doesn't have the Vap one anymore. Yes, I'm unfortunately out of stock of that one right now. I need to get that back in stock. I'm hoping I should be able to do so. So the issue is, I tried to restock just a few keychain designs for my manufacturer, but they said that they have like an order minimum, and it's like a really high number. So I'm waiting until I sell out a little bit more of the keychains so I can make one big order at once. My title was Bopper of the Year. What does that mean? My viewer is Chatty Grass Toucher of the Year. Wow, you're so in touch with nature, Kiwi. Patron of the Fart Gallery isn't good enough. I want to be a god of the Fart Gallery. I want to figure out how to see my recap. If I X'd out of it earlier, I gotta try. You should still be able to. Grass Toucher. That's weird, because I haven't listened to many DJ streams until last month. Even then, I don't watch that many. I don't use Twitch, though. This is what I'm drawing, says Hyper Dragonair. Car. It's so impressive to me that you can draw cars, like, in perspective like that. Go to your account page and it should be there. God. How's the book stuff coming along anyway? Really good, actually. Like, super good. I got feedback from the marketing team the week I was sick, so I couldn't act on it right away, but they went over, like, the website that I made and gave me some notes on things to change, so I made those changes finally, and I literally sent them the updated stuff right before this stream. So pretty soon, one of the questions I asked them in the email is like, can I start posting and linking art and stuff like that for the project on my social media? Like, am I cleared to do that yet? Because when you have marketing people, you actually have to like ask them these things. So I should hear back from them soon on whether I'm allowed to post stuff. And as soon as I am allowed to, I will. But yeah, it's going really well. We're closing in finally on our objectives, which is a huge relief. There's only like there's 2 pieces of art that I'm waiting on now, which is the cover and the special collector's edition cover. So it's like 2 of the most important pieces of art, which is why I'm still waiting on them. They're both just like from artists who they have a very detailed, complicated style. So one of them is a collage artist. He makes like really cool, complicated collages. And the other one is from a traditional oil painter, who is actually painting the cover on a canvas. So, but yeah, the deadlines are like December 30th and January 5th, respectively. So very soon I should have the covers in my hot little hands. And then we're pretty much just running ads and making sure that there is enough interest before we launch the Kickstarter, because you can't unlaunch it once you've launched it. It's like sink or swim. You have to succeed or else. So I'm just making sure that I've drummed up enough interest before I launch anything. That's where I'm at. But I imagine that there will be enough interest. Also, sorry if you can't see what I'm painting right now. I have to turn the canvas sideways to get this particular bit done. So they're like stepping in these little like space puddles, and then there's little ripples coming out from each paw. I don't know why there's puddles in space. That's just how it is when you're walking on clouds, I think. But yeah, it's very exciting to be at the point where like all of the illustrations that I need are turned in, and all I'm waiting on is like the really big deal stuff like the covers. Okay, so there's the ripples, looking nice. Let me catch up here. That's strangely encouraging, says Kiwi. Bless ya, Stums. Kiwi, you have a way with words, especially improv songs about Donkey Kong. No, you really do, Kiwi. You really do. I really want to get back into writing. Maybe I do words good sometimes. You do! Blade says I'm good at writing in terms of vocab choice. In planning out how events go in my stories, like many a pet story, I'm not so great. Structuring is so hard. It's so hard. Thanks, guys, says Kiwi. Guidelines and protocols. Ew! Noise. Can't wait to yell about it everywhere forever. Yay! I'll be spreading the word to my dice making friend. Thank you, guys. Send me a commission request if you ever have a sequel, says Spell. Hell yeah. And many others, says Blade. My Twitch recap called me the patron of the arts of the year. You and Stumbles, patron of the arts. You're so fancy. You've got to put on your fine silk top hat and your cravat. Sky, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Welcome to the Vap Chat. Dark matter puddles? Clouds are probably more comfy. Finally mustered up the energy to get on my computer so I could sub. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's evil you can't Prime sub on mobile, how dare. Why do they have it like that? The chatty patron of the arts of the year. Wow, you're like fancy but like in a cute way. Yay! I'm your #1 channel with 104 hours, followed by 7 hours. Yo! I feel very loved. That's awesome. I'll be right back, says Riley. Sounds good. Speaking of which... So cute! Oh my gosh, I love the green Aisha. Whoa, is the like tail thing supposed to be what's his name? Like type null? That's awesome. I can't write because I sometimes have difficulties expressing stuff. English is a tough language. English is a ridiculous language. There are so many weird rules in English. Boulder, how did the events ever for you to have a live-in artist? I also got patron of the arts. We should all be called patron of the varts. Yeah, we should all like write into Twitch and be like, excuse me. Please make a new category called patron of the varts. Paul Vart, Malvop. That was hard to say. My body like rejected that as I tried to say it. It was like, no, don't say that. Say something better. Jeez. I don't usually say a joke so stupid that my own self tries to pull it back in. Ugh. I feel like I need some mouthwash after saying that. Malvop. You're a Malvop. That's one of her Ice Elemented War fans. It does look like Type Null's tail, though. You're right. That's funny. It's like a what's the word? Convergent evolution. Okay, so now I want to make the ripples have a little bit of like a watery look to them. Like shiny, I guess is the term. Yeah, that looks cool. Maybe these two are going through like a dreamscape. Maybe that's what it is. Now let's do Umbreon's puddle. Pretty much the same kettle of fish here. Yeah, nice. Okay. I want to darken up the puddles around Umbreon a little bit. They're not really standing out against this dark background here. I'm just gonna grab some pretty much straight up black paint to do that. I think that's the only way to make it show as much as I want it to. Okay, when that dries, that'll look a little bit clearer. Whoops, sorry, the canvas is sliding right off the camera. Patron of the Varts. You're a Malvop. All Bart memes will never not be funny. This just in, Vap summons an eldritch deity, Giratina, trying to say something weird. Looking through some of my comic work files, and it looks like I pretty consistently take about 9 to 10 hours a page, which is interesting because I thought it was more like an hour a panel. How many panels do you usually have per page? Does explain why I never feel like I'm getting stuff done on time though. I gotta budget it out better. Bree Puddle? Wee Party. Volvar Veilvop. I've been putting together this little miniature window thing. I keep looking at Daisy through it and she's unaffected. Daisy doesn't give a rat's ass about your cool window. I feel like comics are very hard to budget your time for because like it's not just making the art, you know? There's like lettering and editing and like laying out the panels. Like there's a lot of like non-drawing steps involved. That always throws me off anyway. Some pages take like a long time to edit, and other pages have like basically no editing to do at all. So it's hard to know like how to budget your time, at least for me. Just increasing the intensity of the yellow halos around Umbreon's markings because they got a little washed out. Just using a completely pure yellow for this. Unadulterated raw yellow. Yeah, that looks better. And then I do want to revisit Espeon's little forehead gem and make it glow a little more. It's supposed to have like a pink glow. She's using her Espe powers. Okay, mixed it up. Yeah, that looks nice. That's a considerable increase on time. She's like, call me when there's a bird in that window. Yeah, for real. Actual physical drawing is like 25% of the work for me. Toby, do you know the famous, like internet famous cat, Spicer Jack? Wow, Kingdom Blarts, that's amazing. There's a cat, just look up Spicer Jack cat. He's like Instagram famous. He lives on a farm and they put bandanas and cowboy hats on him and he just runs around the farm. And he looks a lot like Daisy. That's why I brought it up. The actual physical drawing is like 25% of the work for me. Goodness. I have a bunch of time off work, so I'm hoping I can get a buffer back. I miss having a buffer. God, yeah. So many DJ streams being recommended to me. This is what I get for listening to Final Fantasy DJs every now and then. Who is Spicer Jack? I will research him. Oh, you're gonna love Spicer Jack. He's the cutest cat ever. I think he's cuter than my cat. I think he's the cutest cat ever. Just full stop. Cats don't get cuter than Spicer Jack. I love him so much. He was running around his farm with his little cowboy hat on. It's the best. You should consider getting a little cowboy hat and bandana for Miss Daisy. She would hate it, but just think of the memories. Stars in the sky on this side. Because I want it to be like this reflection of like stars in the sky over here, stars in the clouds over here. I think that will look nice. Set up so that like the stars from Espeon's clouds are spilling into Umbreon's side of the frame and vice versa, so the stars in the sky on Umbreon's side are spilling into the sky over here just a little bit, just to give this feeling of like continuity between the two. Looks nice when stars are like in a little like sprayed out pattern, like they're following a little line. It's very appealing looking. I'm gonna make sure there's a couple of those lines here. Also, I'm very proud of myself for doing an Umbreon and Espeon painting without drawing the sun or the moon anywhere. It was difficult, and I resisted. I think I'm very strong for that. I think maybe I should get a prize. Okay, let me catch up here. He does look like her. Similar round faces, black and white. I should. She would. Memories being scratched by a cat are not normally fun. Maybe it can be a reverse incentive for her breaking out of my room and the door is closed, trying to beat on the other cat, which she did yesterday. Daisy, no! Bad! Naughty! That reminds me, I need to write my players' actions for the day. I'm running a game on Discord where players form kingdoms and get an action a day with no main goal. Been a lot of fun to write for. Seeing everyone planning things in secret from other kingdoms is fun too. Oh, that's cool. Is it like using any particular game system, or is it like truly just open structured? That's a cool idea. I'm just adding little wisps of clouds here with the white ink pen. Because I want this area to feel like there's like streaky clouds. And in a minute I'm gonna do the peelies. I can't believe I'm getting to do peelies on stream again. There's probably still a little editing that I'll do after the fact, but nothing that prevents me from doing peelies now, so. Just gonna add a little bit of like sparkle coming from the gem. This was a very self-indulgent painting. Let's see, that reminds me. Oh, I already read that. I had my 2 in-office days at work this week for holiday partying, and luckily my roommate was home and befriended violences. Oh god. Tomorrow maintenance is coming by to put a new handle on my door so it actually latches properly. What's the Brie doing? Just Brie things. You should have painted a flat earth. Looking at Mr. Spicer Cat's photos, I think he and Daisy have similarly short leggies as well. I wonder if that's common with black and white cats. This is the kind of painting you break in half and give to 2 siblings separated at birth so they can find each other later on. That is an incredible thought. For some reason I was thinking like putting it in a locket. A really big locket. Just picturing some tragically separated twin carrying around like a 40-pound locket the size of a book. Pretty much open structure. The system's made for is pretty simple in comparison. It's fun to just let people do what they wish for the most part. Gotta make sure I don't power creep at all though. That's cool. They've got no mouths, just like in the anime. They're just closing their mouths really hard. They're like pursing their lips so you can't see it. It makes sense. The idea of someone having this art in a giant locket is... I'm not gonna be able to stop thinking about that tonight. That's so funny. That's such an unreasonable thing to have. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more line art on Umbo over here. Give it a little more structure. He's on such a dark background, he's kind of losing some shape. Yeah, that's a little better. I do want Umbreon's eyes to be a little bit more intense than this. Grab some more red. And a little bit more purpley. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. same red into her eyes too. So these two kind of have a reflection thing going on. I think that's cool. This looks cool. I like it. I said that with a total lack of passion, but that's just because I'm getting tired. I do actually like it. Yeah. Okay. Mouse hold my beloved locket. So good. You go to the Cyclops Island, he's rocking the giant sheepskin loincloth and a huge ornate golden locket containing these paintings. What do you do? Breeze Master Estelle. He's blending into the art itself. Here's one of the actions from one of my players today. They just learned Earth runes yesterday. I'll grab a piece of wood, inscribe an Earth rune on it, and power it. It seems to affect plants, but it does affect dead ones. Have you ever heard of the game, The Quiet Year? It sounds similar to what y'all are doing. It's a very simple game where you slowly build a map with your friends. It might appeal to you if you like that type of gameplay. Spaced out things about the con again. Forgot to mention aspects of it that weren't so great, but for now I have some new friends. Oh my gosh! You got a binacle and a barbaracle? No! They do look kind of cute in plush form though, I have to say. Fleur says, you'll be selling this one? Even if you don't, I bet the print will sell well. Yes, I will be actually. I'm planning on listing it tomorrow in the shop. I just need to make a couple finishing touches and then it should be ready to go. I'm trying to decide whether I want to sell it as one big piece or two pieces separately. I'm not quite sure yet. Well, let's see how it looks after I do the peelies. That's probably the first step here. It might look weird after I take the tape away, I don't know. I've done The Quiet Year to set up a map for a game before, very fun. Yeah, it's a great little game, I love it. I love them, yeah, it was worth it, honestly. Is that a gator banana? I'm glad my work and office days are done, because on top of that, driving Daisy bonkers, I have so much more social than usual in between that and family Christmas stuff. Yeah, absolutely. You can't separate them, they're in love! You know what, that's a good point. It is Kiwi, you can bet your butt. It seems chunky. Back to my peaceful hermitage. Chunky. Oh, this is a good feeling. Oh, it's coming off super easily too. Oh my god. My life is awesome. Slower, slower. You can't separate the lesbians. Oops, that's funny. There's a little streak of paint in between them. I can fix that with the white ink pen. This one is next. Peelies! Didn't know this was an ASMR stream with that tape peeling. Dude, the peelies are the freaking best. It's like my favorite part of doing watercolors. Just make sure y'all can see this. A part of it was behind my dancing bat, but that's okay. Sorry, dancing bat. Peelies are so important. These almost look like tarot cards. Oh, they do! That's funny. I wonder how that happened. None of my references for this were tarot cards. I just kind of channeled it. The moon and sun, respectively. Yeah, this is perfect for that. Oh, these like dark edged ones are gonna be really good. Oh my god, the best. What could be better? Would it be a vote to separate them or keep them together? Probably not a vote. I'm just gonna go based on like, we can just discuss it once we like look at them and see how they go, or see how they look once I get all the stuff off. I am starting to feel like together is the way. Honestly, originally I was just gonna do Umbreon, and I sketched it out and then was like, you know what? There's actually room to do both of these. Fab Comics themed tarot cards. Please, they must stay together. Oh, they are so cute together. I think I need to do this one from the right side so my arm isn't covering it. The background's made me with Sun and Moon promotional art, so you did great with that too. Why, thank you. It is very similar to that color palette. Final appeal. Yes, yes, yes. Well, that came out very nice, I think. Let me zoom the camera out a little more so y'all can see the whole thing. That's like as zoomed out as my camera goes. Yeah, you can see the whole thing. There we go. Oh, they look so nice. Dancing Bap, I'm moving you. You're blocking everything. Get out of here, Dancing Bap. You can stand next to normal Bap. There we go. Yay! I'm so happy with this. Okay, so first I need to fix this little streak of paint that I accidentally put in between the layers. I got a little overzealous. I'll use my white ink pen to just blot that out. That can be our little secret. No one needs to know about this secret line of paint. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the eraser and clean up some of these pencil lines that I used to mark down where the tape should go. Yeah, I think I'll probably sell these two together, and then I'll see if I can make a print that fits both of them in together too. So if you're interested, these will be going live in the shop tomorrow. And they should arrive on time for Christmas, if anyone wants to get them like for Christmas. The cutoff for Christmas shipping is coming pretty soon, but it's not there yet, as long as you're within the US. There we go. Get the bottom part here. Cleaned up very nicely, I think. Okay, I'm gonna brush the shavings onto the floor, be right back. Putting them on the floor for my Roomba to chew on later. My Roomba loves eraser shavings, it's his favorite snack. Aside from cat hair and cookie crumbs. There we go. Ah, molto bene. Mamma mia. That came out great. I'm very happy with it. Let me catch up here. Are they on the same paper or different? Same paper. These are so gorgeous, says Kiwi. Why, thank you so much. Who are they supposed to look at if they're separated? That's true. That's a good point. I assume the same paper. Don't worry, we couldn't even see the paint. Yeah, it was like a tiny little line. It's just like, I could see it, you know? Wait, what if Bap saves them as twins, gives them up for adoption, gives the kids both half of this? See if they'll find one another. Plot twist is gonna have horizontally, not vertically. That's like that meme, if a dog wore pants, would he wear them like this or this? If Umbreon and Espeon got cut in half. Espeon! If Umbreon and Espeon got cut in half, would it be like this or this? This would make a nice jigsaw puzzle. Oh, it would. That would be like challenging, but not impossible. That would make an awesome keychain, honestly. Dang, it would. It could be like a double-sided keychain. I got more progress in my art as well. Do you want to post it? Roomba can get eraser shavings as a treat. It's so satisfying when I send the Roomba in after like something crunchy gets put on the floor and it goes like... That's my best imitation of a Roomba. Oh, I'm so happy with this. It really turned out. And it's a pretty big piece. It's about, let's see, almost exactly 16 inches across and, what's that, 8, 9, maybe like 11 inches tall, so it's a good size. It looks like I got some little bits of paint around the edges here too. I'll fix that up. What is this playlist? It's a banger. Can I have the URL? Yep, this is the ultimate chill music up game video game music beat mix. About 4 handfuls. There is the link. Dr. Voos, book to try on your local dungeon. Oh my god. That sentence broke my brain. Let me try that again. Dr. Voos, book to try on your local young Dratini. Is your Roomba a Goomba? God, I hope not. Oops, I think this playlist literally ended when I sent it. That's okay. Oh, I know, I just closed it. I just closed it. My brain is so big, you guys. Maybe the biggest. Amazing, this is played. You're telling me. Man, I really painted outside the tape a surprising amount on this piece. That doesn't happen too often. I guess when I'm doing like really loose watercolor washes like that, it's easier for my hands to get really like relaxed. Just kind of go drifting. The Umbreon and Espeon divorce has been successfully canceled. They shall stay together forever. Playlist is shy and introverted. That's okay. I don't want to pressure playlist. Playlists can take their own time. Honestly, this little corner is probably going to be trimmed off anyways when I go to make this a standard size so that it can be like framed. I try to do that if I can with my pieces, but still, I want to cover this paint up just in case. We are coming up very shortly on the shortest day of the year, on the 21st, and then, thank the Lord, it is going to be getting sunnier again. Finally. I'm so tired of it being dark at like 4 p.m. I finally get ready to go outside for the day and take a walk, and it's already like, it feels like it's midnight outside. It's so rough. I need the sun. I need it to survive. Okay, let's see. Hyper's current progress. Whoa, that looks really good. It's coming together fast. Daisy spam. They have a little nasty life now. Wait for the sun to come back. That's both of us bad. No, I love the cold and dark. I'm glad someone's enjoying it. Oh, I like this one of Daisy with her crazy eye looking through the hole and her paw sticking out. That's a great expression. She's got the goofies, I can tell. She's got the crazy goofies. Pseudoscape is raiding with a party of 8. The Pseudo Raid! Well, hello, Pseudoscape and friends. Welcome, welcome. I'm just wrapping up this Umbreon and Espeon piece. I'm seeing some little mistakes that I made that actually need fixing, even though I've already peeled the tape off. So you know what? I'll fix them. Why not? And thanks for the raid. Streaming some old school RuneScape. The classic. The vanilla, as they call it. They don't call it that. No one calls it that. Hello, Pseudoscape. How are you? How was your stream this evening? Thank you very much for the raid. Let's see. Sky says, walking around my college campus while it's dark, chilly, and quiet is relaxing and peaceful. One of my core memories was something to do every year. That is really nice. If you have like a nice place to walk around, it's very enjoyable, and you're like dressed all warm and cozy. Whoa, that yarn is gorgeous, Toby. Escaping makes me feel good. Oh boy, you got a raid. Looks like you should go for a little longer in a meme drawing of Foxy Grandpa Gimme Cool. God, alright, you animals. Well, just one. You animal. Suda says, haven't seen you in forever. Hope you've been well. Yeah, likewise. I've been doing quite well. Let me just grab my notebook here. I've been hanging in there. I had a cold last week, but now I'm doing better. Sudo says, stream was good. Was playing a super sped up version of old school RuneScape. Oh, like the game itself was sped up? That sounds hard. The RuneScaper. Eat it, Blade. You know what the steps to finishing yarn is called thwacking? Really? You could just be lying to me right now and I would have no idea. I choose to believe you. The grind has been cut down times 16. Whoa, that is super sped up. That's crazy. Take it and thwack it against a solid surface a couple times. That's awesome. Okay, let me just pull up what Gimme Goal looks like, because I haven't even like looked at it recently. Alright, let's make it up. Foxy Grandpa. Says, I saw you moved to Blue Sky. I moved there too. It's been really fun so far. Yes, I finally really committed to making the move. I used that like Sky Follower Bridge thing to make sure that all the people I was following already got moved over, so I didn't have to like find everyone again, and it worked really well. It's definitely a lot calmer on Blue Sky, which I appreciate. Twitter is just a frantic and strange place. It's very overwhelming. Have I followed you on there? What is thwacking and why do it? Feel free to link to your Blue Sky, by the way. You're covering Umbreon. The fans are rioting. They deserve to see each other. Music's getting sexy for Foxy Grandpa Gimme Cool. Thought the move was good for you, says Pseudo. Yeah, it's going okay. I'm still trying to like build back up a following on the level that I have on Twitter, but it's slow and steady, I'd say, which I appreciate. I want to have him like leaning against the wall, you know? Like folded arms. But he's also like, he's got wrinkles because he's old. And little like crow's feet. here's his little like folded arms. And he's leaning back against the wall here. And then he's got his little like, his little coin. He needs to be winking. I think that's what I missed here. Wink. Well, I guess that's it. I don't know how to make Gimmighoul any grandpa eater. Oh my gosh. Sky says, that reminds me. Blue Sky is how I found out you were streaming and I'm glad I came over. This has been so truly nice. Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, I've had that happen a couple times because the issue is on Twitter, if you put a link in your post, it automatically gets suppressed. So even though I have a bunch more followers on Twitter, every time I post about my stream, it doesn't get shown to people. Versus Blue Sky, they don't really do an algorithm like that. So people who are following me actually see my stream announcements. What a novel concept. So that's really nice, because it's so funny to me when I get people coming in who are like, hey, I've been following you for like 5 years and I didn't know you streamed. And I'm like, oh my god, Twitter, please stop suppressing me. The people want to know that I stream, I swear. They like it. Okay, let me catch up here. Antonio, can you draw a webcomic character with your eyes closed? I've totally done that before. It's super nice to put webcomic stuff on a social media site and have it actually reach people interested in it. I agree. Did you want me to link to my Blue Sky? I don't know if I heard that right. Yes, that would be great. Weird question, but does anyone have a quality pic of the Vorse? I get that. I've been scraping myself as I watched. Hopped off right this second. I adore him so much. Fox ears. Old school RuneScape Leagues is very nice if you haven't tried that yet. Jeezy crazy Twitter, why? The people yearn for the Vaporeon. Let me just grab the Vorse for you, Stumbles. It's within arm's reach. It's always watching, judging, watching, judging, never sleeping. Here it is. There's one side for you. And then the other side. So shiny. So weirdly wet. Here's a top view, showing off its beautiful tail. Bottom view. Glad to report this one is not anatomically accurate like the ones that I made for TwitchCon. And there's your Vorse image. Hope you got all the looks you wanted. There we go. Then someone can gasp, link to something off Twitter. I know, how dare they. There we go, follow back. Got you, thank you. I just want to make sure I didn't forget. They should use Twitter only. Whoops, I just opened my own stream in a window. One of my roommates gifted me a 3D printed Umbreon with my Umbreon's ring colors today. Let me grab it real quick. Oh, that's awesome. That's a very nice gift. Thanks a million, Baptonios Stumbles. Atmosphere demonic whispers. No! I don't want demonic whispers. Oh, that's scary. Okay. I think I should send a raid over to somebody else. Oh, that's not appropriate. I can't read that one. That's not appropriate either. Who's streaming right now? Who's streaming something that is family friendly? Surely somebody. Thanks for that, Sasudo. Yeah, thank you for the link. Hello, Munja Artiste. Yo, you forget, Katie, I do that whenever it appears on screen. Can I suggest a raid? I love your watercolors. Yeah, as long as it's I like to read art streams, and it should be, family friendly. Yes, it looks like my usual people that I raid are not, streaming right now. I don't know about MFF, but I hope it's been fun, Sasudo. Nobotic is a great artist. Vorse emote win. Oh my god, I should. Okay. Nobotic. Nobotic is live. And I'm looking at a beautiful advertisement. Thanks, Twitch. That's awesome. Here it is. She said she chose to use glitter filament because it's a shiny Umbreon. Oh, that's so cute! Oh my gosh! Truly shiny. The shiniest. Oh, sick. It looks like Nobotic is in fact doing traditional art right now. That's perfect. Let's send it right over their way. I'm always down to support other traditional artists. Alright, thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Bye, Pseudoscape. Thank you for the raid. Love this piece you're working on. Thank you so much. I will see you again later. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Remember when we rated Jerma and we rated the wrong Jerma? Yeah, I sure do. He's drawing his dog. He's about to watercolor it. Appreciate your evolutions. Take care. Of course, thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yes, good to meet you, Sky Domain. I hope I see you again. Raid message is truly a raid as usual. Goodbye, everybody. Stay soggy. I will see you on Friday for more of the same. Goodbye. Oh, hi, Lokno. Goodbye, Lokno. Later.